Muzan is diabolical, horrible, disgusting. He kills with no remorse. He changes children into demons, and frankly enough, he does many things that are disgusting, just straight up outside of everyone's will. And it is sad. It is sad to see that Muzan himself would go throughout the lengths that he would go to make sure that his dream stays alive. But at the same time, it's hard to understand exactly why he does it. Now, every villain, in my opinion, has a motive to a significant extent, and Muzan does as well to a decent extent too. He wants lasting immortality. He wants to conquer everything. And frankly, if you were as sick and as in a state of dying as he was, maybe you would be thinking the same thing. But what would have happened if Muzan actually didn't go this route? What if Muzan's sickness and him almost dying and him eventually becoming a demon actually turned his mindset into something different and made him good? Or what if Muzan actually helped humanity? And that's what we'll be going into in this new What If. This is what if Muzan actually helped humanity or was good, like I said before. And I was thinking, what would have happened if Muzan did this? What would have happened if Muzan actually helped people all around? Well, there's a couple things that I kind of want to say that would most likely not occur. Some of the more horrible demons, people like Doma, probably wouldn't exist in this reality, just because Muzan would see them more as a detriment to become a demon. And since they are horrible people, some of these demons that did become demons, he would see them as not a good prospect. And that makes sense, because demons like Doma would only want their own personal gain and would be super malicious. Now, with that said, Muzan could do a lot, a ton, and all of that would include curing diseases, helping those who are sick, like more or less, like I said, and people that kind of went through things like him, people that are, well, disabled, people that are dealing with missing limbs and so on and so forth. Muzan could actually help them. Muzan could straight up save people that didn't want to die. But why would he even do that? And why would he even approach it in this certain way? Well, in my opinion, it would all start from the day he becomes a demon. Maybe he's enlightened by something differently, and he's enlightened by the idea of him surviving, and he wants others to survive as well, but he makes sure to actually get consent, which Muzan kind of lacks a lot of consent in the mass majority of Demon Slayer, but I don't really want to get into that because that is a rabbit hole that I don't want to jump in at the moment. Now, would there even be a threat to anybody? Would there ever even be Demon Slayers? See, in a reality of Muzan really picking and choosing properly who becomes a demon, who doesn't, it would make for an extremely easy version of Demon Slayer. So I kind of want to do the whole idea that Muzan doesn't really pick and choose properly. I mean, when you have power like that, you could be easily manipulated to a larger extent. So let's just say Muzan doesn't understand certain people the way he believes he understands them. Maybe someone like Doma actually, like, legitimately gets demon powers and becomes a demon out of kind of manipulation. Maybe he wants to say that he wants to be around for his followers as long as possible, have a safe haven for them forever. But that's not the case. Muzan, in this reality, would allow Doma to be a demon, and boom, boom, boom. There we go. Doma has a society that is absolutely corrupt, disgusting, and he feeds on women. Now, with that said, Muzan could technically just kill him, like, instantly, right? Well, that's kind of boring. So we're gonna bring up the idea that Muzan can't necessarily sever connections with demons. Now, don't get me wrong, Muzan is a powerful demon, like beyond everyone else, beyond all of his other demons. But he doesn't have the connection where he could just straight up kill them whenever he wants. And frankly, Doma is powerful enough to actually be pretty much a nuisance and be a real difficult prospect. Now, with that said, we had people like Akaza who aren't bad people by any means and actually had massive morals. Same thing with someone like Rui, who was just a little child who was more or less diseased and couldn't do much about it. These people like this would still keep some sort of memory, in my opinion. Muzan allowing this and actually not forcing them, to just abide by what he wants, but actually giving them free will, and that would allow them to be really good in protecting those around. At the same time, they would be offered the idea that they could turn people into demons if they so chose. If they think that this person really needs to survive, maybe the person is diseased, maybe the person really wants to become a demon because of this, and this, or these reasons, and they have a proper read on the person, then cool, then they can do just that. But like I said before, not everyone's a perfect judge of character. Maybe someone like Akaza would get manipulated or kind of convinced in a different direction where this demon would actually be a bad demon. Now you have a group of demons that are actually helping society or humanity, like what Muzan intended on doing, but then also other demons that are out there killing, hunting, eating human after human, and pretending to help. And that is how you would come about with the Demon Slayer Corp. Now, for a while, the Demon Slayer Corp will hunt all demons, even those who supposedly say that they are good, that they're trying to help, and so on and so forth. And it's not for a very long time, past Yorichi and past many others, until you really get someone that was trying to help. Actually, Kokushibo would be the kind of first demon slayer that would become a demon, but would actually be inclined to help as much as possible. Kokushibo would just want to be stronger than his brother, but then soon would learn after becoming a demon, after being quote unquote on the bridge of defeat, he would actually realize that being a demon will allow him to be a demon slayer, but actually be a good person helping those all around. And Yorichi, unfortunately, would still pass away like normal, just because, he can't live forever, but he would most likely still have conflict with Muzan, trying to kill Muzan, even though Muzan tries to tell him that he isn't trying to kill and more or less slaughter the entirety of humanity. But, there's only so much you can do. Not everybody will believe, but Kokushibo, being a demon, will help with the belief between the demon slayers. And this is where things change drastically. Obviously things already changed drastically, but with Kokushibo's help, the strength of Kokushibo, he can more or less handle a lot of the demons that are bad, and most of the demons that are kind of not in the best of sorts, and being able to kill them actually with a Nichiren blade will help massively as well, because like I said, in this reality, Muzan might be stronger than them, but we have to change a couple things to make it so Muzan can't just one-shot all of them and, game over. It kind of defeats the purpose of this entirely. But this is where the transition of demons and also demon slayers would become unified. And of course, this would be a story mostly without Tanjiro. I know the thumbnail is a little misleading and looks a little funny, but at the end of the day, Muzan most likely wouldn't even deal with Tanjiro much at all. The only time that I would even think this would occur is if somehow, some way, and this would be for story's sake, Nezuko is sick, or Nezuko or his family is more or less sick and or dies or something along those lines, or a totally different demon comes through and kills them. But Muzan would not do this. Muzan would not approach this. It would have to be a completely different demon, leading to a conversion of Nezuko, and also Muzan and many others helping Tanjiro and Nezuko as in entirety. But that doesn't really matter. Tanjiro's not super important to this story, ironically enough. It's actually everyone else. The other Hashira that come about, and how they come about, and how it's all approached. Evil demons would still most likely put a lot of these Hashira in the scenario that they were in the first place, and that's just the facts of it. Unfortunately, not all demons are going to be good, not like Muzan, not like this version of Kokushibo, not like Akaza. A lot of them won't be good, and a lot of them just aren't going to be the best people ever. And this follows the same track record of how they eat humans. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these demons wouldn't be super strong, especially if they're good and not eating humans. I think they would learn and figure out that there actually is other ways of gaining strength as a demon instead of just, eating humans. But still, they would still run into massive troubles in the beginning, and their hunger, cravings, and all of that as a demon to feast on human flesh would be an extreme hurdle they have to get over. But now, with that said, how would it turn out with the demons and demon slayers coming together? Well, it's pretty obvious. They would massively benefit from this, and those demon slayers that would fall in combat could choose to become demons themselves and follow the line of work of a demon slayer still, and be even more powerful. And eventually, you would get to the point that you would have so many demon slayers that are now demons, and they would be able to kind of cleanse the world entirely of just all of the bad people. They would be able to cleanse the world entirely of all of the bad demons that are trying to come about, and all of the bad kind of people that are coming about. Because at the end of the day, if a bad person sees, hey, I wanna live forever and I wanna be a demon, some demons may lack the knowledge that would allow them to prevent this. So it would lead to them, well, creating a bad person and creating aka a bad demon. Now, with all that said, Muzan helping humanity, or Muzan being good, obviously changes the story by far and drastically. It's not even funny how much it changes. Muzan being a good person or helping humanity is an insane change to the story. Like I even said before, there's a lot of things that if I didn't change, we wouldn't really have Demon Slayers. We wouldn't really have a story in the first place. Muzan would just set everything perfect exactly how it is. And I'll say it again, shoot, if another universe has exactly this and Muzan helps humanity, but Muzan can control every single demon he has created under him, and his power is so much greater than everyone else's that he could just kill all the bad demons that he somehow brought about, or maybe he just kind of does background checks more or less, or makes sure that these people are good people to an extent at least, then there you go, story over. Demons are actually good for humanity, for society, all of that stuff, and they'll probably have to deal with that way later in the future. In a futuristic society, would most likely have to deal with that. But still, this version that I'm talking about, Muzan would absolutely save the Earth entirely. It would be kind of a one-hit go. It wouldn't be too much. No Demon Slayers, no nothing. Kind of a boring story in my opinion. But the first one that I talked about with the whole Demon Slayers and Muzan's mistakes, I think is a little bit more down the alleyway that I enjoy and what I believe. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. What do you think? Well, how do you think Muzan would do if he actually helped humanity? Or if he was actually good? What things would change of the story? I mean, who would even be in this story? What demons would be in this story? I would love to see what you think in the comment section below. Like I said, if you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. And I hope y'all have an amazing day. Later.